Vikings Nation, buckle up because this is one of those Minnesota Vikings news stories that could shake the entire NFL to its core. Imagine this. A federal judge just ruled that Brian Flores' discrimination lawsuit against the league can move forward in open court. That means no closed-door arbitration controlled by the league. This is going public. And yes, we're talking about our very own Minnesota Vikings defensive coordinator, Brian Flores. The same coach who transformed our defense with aggression, discipline, and attitude is now at the center of one of the most important legal battles in modern NFL history. This isn't just football, this is accountability. So the big question is, what does this mean for the Vikings, for Flores, and for the entire league? Stay with me because this story is bigger than wins and losses. It's about fairness, opportunity, and the future of coaching in the NFL. Back in February 2022, Flores filed a lawsuit against the NFL and 3 teams after being fired by the Miami Dolphins. He had posted a 24-25 record over 3 seasons and led the Dolphins to back-to-back winning seasons, but he was dismissed without ever reaching the playoffs. Shortly after, he made explosive allegations. Flores claimed that the NFL was rife with racism when it came to hiring practices for black coaches. He didn't just make general statements, he named specific teams. The Denver Broncos, New York Giants, and Houston Texans were all included in his suit. He alleged that some interviews were conducted merely to satisfy league diversity requirements, rather than to seriously consider him for a head coaching role. That accusation sent shockwaves across the league and instantly became one of the biggest noticias dos Minnesota Vikings news connections once he joined our staff. The NFL responded by arguing that Flores' case should go through arbitration instead of open court. Now here's why that matters. Arbitration in the NFL is overseen by the league itself, meaning the commissioner has significant influence over the process. That raised serious concerns about neutrality. But on Friday, Judge Valerie Caproni of the Southern District of New York ruled that the case can proceed in federal court. That is a massive development. It means Flores and the other plaintiffs will get their day in a public courtroom. His attorneys made it clear in their statement. They believe arbitration would have stripped employees of their legal rights. They called for a fair, neutral, and transparent forum. That's strong language, and now they're getting exactly that opportunity. Flores isn't alone in this fight. Steve Wilks and Ray Horton joined the lawsuit. Wilks, who most recently served as defensive coordinator for the New York Jets before being fired in December, claims the Arizona Cardinals hired him in 2018 as what he describes as a bridge coach. According to Wilks, he was not given a realistic chance to succeed in Arizona. He believes the organization never truly intended to build around him long-term. That's a serious allegation and adds more weight to this case. Ray Horton also made claims regarding the Tennessee Titans. Horton alleged that, in 2016, his interview for the Titans' head coaching job was not genuine. If true, that suggests systemic problems that go beyond one coach or one franchise. A pretrial hearing has been scheduled for April 3rd. That means this story is far from over. In fact, we are just entering the next chapter. And as Vikings fans, we need to understand how this could impact our defensive coordinator. On the field, Flores has been instrumental in reshaping the Vikings' defensive identity. Aggressive blitz packages, creative fronts, and a unit that competes with intensity. You can see the discipline and leadership he brings every single Sunday. Off the field, however, this legal battle could bring added pressure and media attention. The Minnesota Vikings organization will likely continue supporting him professionally while the case moves forward. But make no mistake, this will be a headline throughout the offseason. Now let me ask you something, Vikings Nation. Does this lawsuit change how you see Flores? Does it make you respect him more for standing up? Or are you concerned about distractions? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this conversation matters. It's important to note that the NFL has not publicly responded in detail to this latest ruling. And until more evidence is presented in court, these remain allegations. The legal process will determine what is proven and what is not. But regardless of where you stand, this case could influence how the NFL handles hiring practices moving forward. That could affect future Minnesota Vikings coaching searches, diversity initiatives, and league policies as a whole. We always talk about culture in football, culture in the locker room, culture in the front office. Well, this lawsuit is directly challenging the culture of hiring at the highest level of the sport. And that's why this story goes beyond just the Vikings. For now, Flores continues his role with the Minnesota Vikings, preparing our defense for the battles ahead. Football doesn't stop, even when legal storms are brewing. That balance between coaching and courtroom drama is something he'll have to navigate carefully. As fans, we'll keep watching both fronts, the field and the courtroom, because this is one of those defining moments that could reshape the NFL landscape for years to come. If you want the latest Minnesota Vikings news, updates on Flores, and deep dives into everything happening with our Vikings, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Share this with every Vikings fan you know. And most importantly, let me hear from you. Do you think this case will change the NFL? Do you believe the league needs reform in its hiring practices? Vikings Nation, this is your platform. Drop your takes below and let's talk football.